Stop scrolling. You need to hear this. Imagine paying millions for a celebrity to be in your video game, only to have to scrub them from existence just months later. It just happened. Breaking news in the gaming world. The Hitman franchise just pulled the plug on one of the most controversial celebrity cameos of the decade. I'm talking about Conor McGregor. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Hollywood is taking over your console, and sometimes it is an absolute disaster. For the last 10 years, we have watched a massive shift. Video games aren't just for gamers anymore. They are the new Hollywood blockbusters. We used to get terrible movie tie-in games. Remember those? Now we get A-list actors doing full motion capture, lending their faces, their voices, and sometimes their actual souls to digital characters. But here is the thing nobody talks about. It is a gamble. Sometimes it creates the most legendary moments in gaming history. And other times, it results in cringeworthy disasters that go viral for all the wrong reasons. Today, we are ranking the most shocking, the most expensive, and the most bizarre celebrity appearances in the last decade. And trust me, number one will blow your mind because he isn't even playing a character. He's playing himself. Let's start with a story that is shaking up the industry right now. Hitman: World of Assassination. This game is known for its elusive targets, missions that appear for a limited time. In 2024, they announced a huge collaboration with UFC superstar Conor McGregor. He played a character called the Disruptor. It made perfect sense on paper. He's a fighter, he's loud, he's brash. The character was a multi-millionaire MMA fighter, trying to buy his way into a secret society. The marketing was everywhere. They had McGregor doing promo videos, trash-talking the player. It was huge, but then reality hit hard. Following a serious civil court ruling in Dublin against McGregor in late 2024, the developers, IO Interactive, made a shocking move. They didn't just stop selling the DLC, they pulled the plug. If you look for the content now, it's gone. Trailers? Private. The mission? Vanished. It is a stark reminder that when games tie themselves to real-world celebrities, they tie themselves to real-world controversies. This is the dark side of the trend. It's not just about cool graphics, it's about brand safety. And in this case, the cameo became a liability overnight. Now, let's move from a legal disaster to a performance disaster. If you were on TikTok or Twitter in late 2023, you saw this. Mortal Kombat 1 launched with incredible graphics and brutal gameplay. But there was one character that made everyone stop and say, wait, what? Megan Fox was cast as Natara, the vampire warrior. Visually, she looked stunning. They scanned her face perfectly. It looked exactly like Megan Fox, with wings. But then, she opened her mouth. The voice acting was slammed immediately. Fans called it robotic, bored, and totally flat. In a game where professional voice actors are screaming with emotion and delivering intense lines, Megan's performance sounded like she was reading a grocery list while waiting at the DMV. The backlash was viral. It was brutal. It brought up a huge debate in the gaming community. Why are studios hiring famous Hollywood faces instead of professional voice actors? There are thousands of talented actors who specialize in game audio, yet the budget went to a celebrity name for marketing clout. Megan Fox actually responded to the hate in a very Mortal Kombat way. She posted on Instagram, basically telling the haters that if they didn't like her, they could just perform a fatality on her in the game. You have to respect the attitude, but it stands as one of the most jarring cameos we have seen in years. It proved that just because you look the part, doesn't mean you sound the part. But Megan Fox wasn't an isolated incident. She was just the latest symptom of a plague called stunt casting. Remember Ronda Rousey in Mortal Kombat 11? Another fighting legend, another flat performance. Studios were prioritizing names on the poster over the quality of the character. Gamers were getting cynical. We started assuming that celebrity cameo meant cash grab. Until one specific moment changed the entire narrative. E3 2019. The Xbox stage. The trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 glitched out. A character rebooted. and took off his sunglasses. The screen lifted, the smoke cleared, and out walked Keanu Reeves. The room didn't just cheer, they absolutely lost their minds. And then came the unscripted moment that would become the most viral interaction in gaming history.
Is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking!
That single sentence generated more hype than millions of dollars in traditional marketing ever could. But here is the critical difference between Keanu and the disasters we saw earlier. He didn't just show up for a paycheck. He essentially co-starred in the game. He played Johnny Silverhand, a rock star terrorist living in your head. He wasn't playing Keanu. He was playing a character. He reportedly had the second highest amount of dialogue in the entire massive RPG. He spent weeks in the studio. He demanded retakes. He respected the medium of video games as equal to cinema, and it paid off. Even when the game launched with technical bugs, Keanu's performance was universally praised. This was the turning point. Keanu didn't just make a cameo, he legitimized the crossover. He proved that if you treat the role seriously, gamers will embrace you as one of their own. Once Neo entered the matrix of gaming, the door was kicked wide open for everyone else. Keanu Reeves cracked the door open in 2019, but 4 years later, the same studio decided to kick it down completely. Enter Idris Elba. When Cyberpunk released its Phantom Liberty expansion, they didn't just want a celebrity face, they wanted a legitimate, Oscar-worthy performance. And wow, did they get it. Idris played Solomon Reed, a sleeper agent, but look closely at the eyes. This wasn't just voice acting, it was full-body performance capture. Every grimace, every subtle twitch was recorded and digitized. This is what we call total immersion. But the coolest part? The developers used Idris's real-life passion to ground the character. Did you know Idris is a professional DJ? So in the game, they actually let him produce music. He curated an entire radio station and released an EP for the soundtrack. That is commitment. So we have serious acting, we have authentic integration. It was perfect. But then, the gaming industry decided to get weird. Really weird. Dead by Daylight is a massive multiplayer horror game. Usually, they add fictional survivors like Lara Croft or Alan Wake. But in 2023, they announced a new survivor that nobody saw coming. Nicolas Cage. Not a character played by Nick Cage. Literally, just Nicolas Cage. The lore explains that he was summoned into the game's nightmare realm while filming a movie. It sounds ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But that is exactly why it works. His abilities are based on acting. He can fake his own death, he screams, he talks, constantly.
I'll stand up again, I'll walk, I'll scare the out of you, killer! I'm Nick fucking Cage!
He recorded hundreds of lines of dialogue. He improvised. He treats the game like an interactive movie set. This was the moment the industry realized something important. We don't always need serious realism. While Megan Fox felt like a forced marketing stunt, Nicolas Cage felt like a shared joke between the player and the star. It wasn't about immersion anymore. It was about entertainment. Pure, unadulterated chaos. Gamers loved it. It proved that if a celebrity respects the culture, we will embrace the madness. But while Idris brought class and Cage brought chaos, there was still one frontier left to conquer, the biggest stage on Earth. Coming in at number 2, while Nicolas Cage was playing for laughs, Ubisoft decided to play for genuine fear. They hired Giancarlo Esposito. You know him as Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. His performance as the dictator Anton Castillo was chilling. But the cameo didn't stay inside the console. In a bizarre marketing move, players started receiving actual emails from the character. If you stopped playing the game, Esposito would send messages saying, "I am disappointed in you." It was invasive, it was creepy, and it was absolutely brilliant marketing. But while Esposito conquered our email inboxes, one man decided to conquer the entire industry, taking the #1 spot. The moment Grand Theft Auto stopped being just a game, in 2021, Rockstar Games dropped the Contract DLC. The star? Dr. Dre. This wasn't a 10-second cameo. He was the main character of the storyline.
Been around Marathon, Compton to Avalon. Me and Anderson, this is like Royal Tenenbaums.
No one goes to cinema.
Rockstar built a fully functional recording studio, digitally. They motion captured every beat, every nod. They brought in Eminem, they brought in Snoop Dogg, all inside the game engine. But the real revolution was the distribution. Dre released 6 exclusive tracks that you could only hear by playing the game. No Spotify, no Apple Music, just Los Santos. This marked a historic shift. Video games became the new MTV. We saw glimpses of this with Travis Scott in Fortnite, performing to 12 million avatars at once. But Dr. Dre's integration proved something deeper. It wasn't just a one-off event. It was a permanent fusion of hip-hop culture and gaming culture. From marketing emails that threaten you, to album launches that require a controller, the line between Hollywood and gaming hasn't just blurred, it has completely dissolved. We aren't just watching movies anymore, we are playing them. And what comes next is a future where you won't be able to tell the difference at all. We have witnessed the evolution, from the disasters of the past to the brilliance of the present. But where does this road end? It ends with the death of the cameo entirely. In the near future, we won't have guest stars. We will just have casts. Look at Hideo Kojima's upcoming project, OD. He says he isn't just making a game. He is collaborating with horror director Jordan Peele to create a new medium entirely, starring Sophia Lillis, Hunter Schafer, Udo Kier. These aren't character skins. These are digital souls. And the technology is finally catching up to the ambition. With Unreal Engine 5, the uncanny valley is dead. We are entering an era of total photorealism. You soon won't be able to tell the difference between a film set and a render queue. So the final question is for you. As the line blurs, are we gaining immersion or are we losing the game part of video games? Do you want to play a blockbuster movie? Or do you just want to press buttons? Let me know your take in the comments below. This is the future of entertainment. Ready or not? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more.